camera's not up. One second. How embarrassing. There I am. Hello, I'm just talking to myself about that. Hi. Sorry, give me one moment. There. Okay. Oh my god, and my microphone too. There we go. Fixed. Set an alarm. Hi, welcome in. What is up? Is good today. It's going alright. It's storming out, so hopefully you guys don't lose me. Crazy here for a minute. Yesterday was pretty bad too. Okay. It's not bad. I feel like I'm gonna add some rim lighting to her to separate her from the background. That galaxy is a little too... Like, I like the placement of it to hold your attention, but I think I need to separate her from the background some more. Surprised it's not storming where you are. Yeah. Storms are going crazy right now. Okay, let me get a new file going. Oops. Exactly where I was. Heal. ready to go. The wheel, got the bat. What else do I need? PureRef, and I need Google, and I need Canvas. Oh yeah, I forgot I did Sailor Moon. Those turned out okay. There were a couple that were a little off, but it's fine. Did I ever post those? I don't know if I posted those. Yes. Okay. Finished reading another book, and it was awful. What book was it? I probably don't know it, but sometimes it's good to read something that sucks, maybe. Maybe not. So then you know what not to do, type of thing. I'm not somebody who reads or watches things that are bad on purpose. I was misled by its rating on Goodreads. Oh. Yeah, that sucks when the audience, I guess, the audience that it's directed at doesn't necessarily have the right vocabulary necessary to describe it, or maybe they don't have the most experience with what's good and what isn't. That's the fears of critique, is that maybe the people who you're getting critique from aren't trustworthy. Which is why I have certain people that I watch for certain reviews of things, where I'm like, okay, this guy knows horror, so I'm gonna watch him and do like anything that's a horror movie. I want to see him review it because I know that he knows horror, or action, or comedy, or take it with a grain of salt based on who it is that's giving their opinion. I don't know that I ever trust anybody's opinion on something unless I've seen. Usually it's anime, let's be honest. I just watch anime. And so whenever there's an anime that piques my interest, I have to see a clip of it to know if it's something that I want to watch. Like, I have to see how they do action, I have to see how they design characters, I have to see how the story develops. Like, I just need to see little snippets to determine if it's something I'm interested in. Because there are certain concepts that I think would be good in theory, but a lot of the times in execution, that's not the case. And that's the problem. Anywho, I'm going to spin the character wheel. Let's see who we get. Ooh, Zim is a good character design. Zim has some potential to be a problem. Let's try one of my newer, I say newer brushes. I've had them in my back pocket for eons. I've just never used them. feel like there was an ink that I wanted to use. Well, go for a minute. For sure, and I'm not going to blame anyone, and if people like the book, it's up to them. That is true. I think I'm just going to do Alien Form Zim. I don't really care for his human disguise. Honestly, that might be the reason I didn't watch this show, is because it was off-putting. I didn't like that aspect of the show, I think. I was also never sure if they were friends or if they hated each other. Like, there was just so much confusion for me. I didn't have a... It was earlier, I was younger when this came out. And so I didn't have quite the grasp on the concept that the protagonist might not be the protagonist, right? He is a vessel to explore the world through. Whether or not that's a good thing is a different story. He's entertaining for sure. I've seen some clips recently that are hilarious that I never got because I didn't actually like to watch it. It's also a very specific style. It reminds me very much of early internet Flash animation combined with Invaders from Mars, which I imagine is what they were going for, because, you know, he's an alien. But yeah, looking at all of this, like, concept art, backgrounds, theming, that feels very much like the idea. I find a good expression. He has extreme expressions, but they're almost all extreme anger. There's no extreme happy. I guess that's extreme happy. Here's a neutral. God. Oh my god, why did that come in so small? Or... Yeah, that's about the best I got. There we go. I also thought it was written in 2022 because the audiobook I listened to had that on it. Found out it was written in 2009, and then all the bad stuff made more sense. Interesting. Zim was fun for me. I enjoyed basically all of it. The worst part is there was a lot of reruns at the time. Oh, interesting. I don't mind reruns. I'm very specifically somebody who, if I enjoy something, I will rewatch it over and over again. Especially because when I'm a kid, you didn't really, with cable TV, you didn't have any options, so you just had to, it's either TV or homework, and I don't want to do homework, so I'm watching whatever's on TV. Yeah. He was happiest when he was dunking on Dib. Yes, I think Dib was the other kid, the nerdy kid, and Gur is the sidekick. Everybody loves Gur. Gurr was like the inception of like lol random internet humor. I won't say the inception, but like an adjacent happening. Sorry, one second. Changing plans. But it's like when you're driving and the same three songs on the radio play over and over because they're popular. If I hear nothing but those three songs for a year of my life with very few breaks, I'm going to start to hate the songs, even if I enjoyed them and loved them. That is fair. I've done that several times, although I have a pretty good tolerance for the amount of time I can listen to something over and over again. Like, I think through high school, I listened to the same album. It was just stuck in my car radio tape deck. And, yeah, I didn't get tired of it until after high school, but that was because my tastes changed more than me getting tired of the songs themselves. I don't know. I have a very persistent memory. I can quote most SpongeBob cartoons because those were the ones that I just had on rerun, and I don't think I could get tired of SpongeBob. Like, there are certain things that I couldn't get tired of, and there are still songs from those eras that I still, even having listened to them on replay, there are certain songs that I'm just like, I'm back in it. Let's get it. So, that's just me. Let's see what this pen looks like. I don't hate that. Pretty simple. Easy enough. I'd find it. Nah. What are those? Ballpoint pens. That's what I wanted to use. I like the drag on them. Tooth. There's also animator pencil. That one's not bad. Yeah, that one feels nice. It doesn't matter. I'm making marks. It doesn't matter what I'm using. Okay. Oops. What drawing program do you use? I am in Photoshop. I also use Clip Studio Paint sometimes, but currently Photoshop. Uh, It is slightly different when it's my own music. There's something else to be said about time passing. Like, I can listen to things I was tired of in high school now, and I appreciate them in ways I couldn't back then. At the time, I was begging for something new. That's why I had like 3 different stations I would cycle between, not including LimeWire CDs. I don't know if I ever did LimeWire. I think I just did. Well, my friend probably did it. He would rip CDs and give them to me, and then I put them in Apple Music. I actually ripped from YouTube usually. I would just rip that when there was still music on YouTube. I have a book that I read like once every 2 or 3 years because I love it, but they aren't thin books. I forgot to mention the book's name, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Oh, okay. I've heard about that one. I don't understand why this got a movie and series. That's crazy. Is that the one that Pretty Little Liars is based? No. That did get a movie separately. I do remember that recently having come out. So maybe that's why you thought it was a newer book. But I remember that the either movie or TV show that came out was newer, like 2024 maybe. But that sucks that they gave it a shot when it was very clearly not. They probably saw all those good reviews of it on Goodreads and decided that there's an audience for this, so they made the thing. That's usually how it goes. They don't really care about like actual craft. They don't care that something might suck. They're just like, a general audience has already found this successful, so let's capitalize on that. Let's just remake the thing that already exists in a worse format. That's just my take. The only time that that's been successful that I found was when they did The Walking Dead. The Last of Us. I will stand by this, The Last of Us, because as a game, I didn't like it. I didn't like The Last of Us. And the reason was because most of it was cinematics. Most of it was they took control away from you as the player and made you watch something. And great story. Absolutely fantastic story. I won't deny that. But when I was playing through it, I went, I wish they wouldn't keep taking control away from me. I wish they would let me play the game. I wish that there was a mechanic for me to focus on, to use, to progress through the game. But there wasn't. It was just shoot the gun, kill the bad guy, and now here's a cutscene about why you morally shouldn't have done that, or why you morally should have done that. And that's fine, but don't take control away from me. I hate when there's cinematics that happen that doesn't do anything for you that you couldn't have done in-game, right? And I think there was a lot of that. And so, when it happened, when I first played it, I was like, this would make a great movie, but this is not a good game. Because the story is phenomenal. It was just not to be told in the format of a video game, because I wasn't playing a game, I was watching a movie. That was my take. Series came out in 2002. Oh, okay, got it. Sorry, not 2002, 2022. The low star reviews of the book said, wow, the series fixed a lot of the book's issues. Interesting. I don't know. I haven't seen movie reviews for it, so I don't know. I also don't know any of my friends who have seen it and not liked it, but I don't know. Okay. I'm going to start on Zim. Actually, let me do one more sketch real quick to break down his shapes. At the very least, his shape relations. So he has a pentagonal head that always tapers down to a very extreme triangle. Honestly, it's just a bunch of asymmetrical angles. very narrow line work. Like the tongue is very thin. Big expressive eyes. And then when his head is back, his antenna tip down that way. I just like to use that shape to define where the neck would meet, and then reorient it once the mouth meets. Very angular. Honestly, might have made him too expressive. No, his eye does come over his mouth like that. I think maybe I just didn't make his eye big enough. Like, really push that. Maybe this is too big. Not worry about it. I shouldn't do curves. There's no curvature. I won't say no curvature. There's very little curvature to him. Okay. I have a good idea. It's like a box on top of a. And honestly, I could just draw him as like a cereal box. Or I guess more of a pyramid. I don't know. I think I have enough freedom that it won't really matter as long as I get the general shape down. The eye and his backpack is the only curve. Yeah, his eyes. Yeah, so like the outside eye curves somewhat, just because it's like they're cutting through the circular shape of the eye. Um, yeah, that's about it. The lines that make his head are curved outward, like they bow. They're convex. They bow outwardly, kind of. So there's no. Well, the back of his head's concave. It just depends. It just depends on the vibe. It feels. I guess the head is always kind of concave. It's not a full straight line, is the point. Okay. Good notes. Good notes. Today's theme going to be shapes. Will we get the flower bag? It's on there. It's on the wheel. All right. Is this the right size? Okay. Here we go. Great. I don't think Zim would ever be at this angle. It's very scrunkly right there. I like this shape that he's got. It's almost the Adventure Time. Oh, no, no, no. Sorry, not Adventure Time. It's almost. Well, Adventure Time does do it sometimes. It's almost the Rick and Morty, like, spittle mouth. Helpful when his mouth is closed, because that's honestly the hardest part, is his open mouth with the teeth and the tongue. A lot more detail when his mouth is open. Oh, there we go. That one's gonna be rough. That one. Spend my extra time working on this one. Yeah, I could have done more. I feel like I should have studied his. I didn't have any smile reference, so when I had the smiles, I wasn't sure what to do with his mouth. I feel like probably should have just well, a straight-on smile doesn't work because he has a lot of like he needs that silhouette, right? I like that one a lot. Ooh, that one's good too. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Okay. There's Zim. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Wheel. Ooh, just barely got Starfire. Alright. Teen Titans, Starfire. There's a guy that I follow that does really good Teen Titans drawings, and that's like all he does. Which, not to like bash the guy. That wasn't an insult. That's a compliment. That he has a niche that he really nails. But his drawings of those characters, it's very like high school, college era, 80s aesthetic. It's very, very nice. I don't remember his name, but I can find him pretty quick. Uh, I hate that Teen Titans Go comes up first. Shit sucks. Ooh, here's a good one. Hmm. Oh, yeah, found the guy right away. He draws her so much that she's like one of the main people that comes up when you search her. Or his art of her. Gabriel Piccolo, I believe? Piccolo? Let me check. Double check. Yep. He is underscore Piccolo on Instagram, if you want to search him. Mm. Like, I don't know how to do a search for Teen Titans without Teen Titans Go showing up. You know, because like if I say old Teen Titans, then it would probably be the older. I would have to find like the time period. What was that, like 2005, 6? Golly, lots of shots of her butt. Trey, I'm glad the name is Teen Titans. Fucking psychopaths. I'm really, really not finding any expressions. Several different angles of her butt. Good lord. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go with what I have. I'll copy this one too. There we go. 2006. Cool, thank you. I've definitely seen this work before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This one is Piccolo. Really good. Okay. Let's do. I said Piccolo, like the guy from Dragon Ball. I think it's Piccolo? Because I think Piccolo has 2 C's in it. Okay. Zoom can go away. There we go. And I want to keep the design from the original Teen Titans because they simplified it from what it was. They were doing an anime style in a Western cartoon, and so they kept it simple. They didn't do too many shadows, you know. So I want to be able to emulate that. And in doing that, I need to simplify her forms. So kind of just base anime face. Hey, how are you? I'm good, how are you? I just joined and hear you talking about butts. Yeah. I was looking up Starfire, and I found more angles of her butt than I found different expressions of her face to study, so that's my explanation. IMDb says creators are David Slack, Bob Haney, and Justanio. Interesting. I think they're the same guys who do Teen Titans Go, which is interesting to me because it feels like they've diverted pretty hard from what the original was, so I feel like maybe same creators, different writers, or they've just tried to appeal to a younger audience and maybe fell short on that. I don't know. Okay, let me break this down. So she's got bangs, first of all. Let's do the default. Actually, she's got more of a round face. She's got that triangle nose where they do like the shading like that to emphasize it. I'm studying this one. She has eyelashes so that you remember that she's a girl. Pretty big reflections in her eyes, making it a little more narrow. I like her eyebrows. I like just the little circles. I think I used that for... I feel like there was a character that I did recently that I used that for. Okay. Ear strands. And then just kind of 2 humps on the back of her head that then get cut off wherever the angle of the bangs are. And those are feathered inward. She's got the, I just lost it. Sailor Moon. I just did Sailor Moon last week. And so I recognize these bangs, the heart shape in the bangs. And then just, yeah, rounded head. I can make it a little more compact. She also has some strands that come down and just, like, dangle. Like, it would be farther back. It doesn't frame her face, but it, like, just around her ears. So, like, not in front of the cheeks. And I'm just saying all this out loud for myself. Whether or not you want to pick up any notes, up to you. Okay, there we go. I like how you break down the design. It forces you to think about all the decisions that were made. The Heian eyebrows. I don't know who Heian is. Yeah, I like to... Before I start, I've realized that it's super helpful to do a breakdown on my own time rather than try and figure it out on the job of doing it in 1 minute. So it helps a lot. I feel like I need to do a little more steep angle on her forehead. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Otherwise, it just looks like her hair is sitting on top of her head, which it is, but like, you know, Lego piece versus blended into her body. Yeah, having done, I think Sephiroth was my breaking point because I was like, this guy has too many details on him. I certainly cannot get this done in 1 minute. So I decided I was going to start studying things before I dive right into the full 1 minute. But it does help a lot, significantly. Yeah, I think, actually, I would probably move her eye a little closer. Yeah. Maybe nose smaller, more angular. Actually, yeah. Sorry, I get very perfectionist about this. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Just things to keep in mind as I'm doing it, in case I don't have time to glance over to the reference. I think that's pretty decent. I'll do one mouth open too. Actually, I made her keep looking at my other design and realizing that I made her mouth too low, made her jaw too far down. There we go. I get obsessive over those things. Yeah, I'll do one with her mouth open too, like this one. I want to get better about drawing things without the guidelines, but this helps me so immensely just for this, especially in the sake of perspective. If there's ever anything that's a dramatic angle. Thick eyelashes. Well, she's got her ears covered here, but we can guesstimate. And yeah, cool. Okay. Now I have to do all of that in a minute. 10 times. We'll see if I've got that juice. Okay. Heian era in Japan. Oh, interesting. I had no idea that that was that style, but that does make sense considering they're styled after anime characters. Thank you for your information. Okay. All right, let's rip it. The clock not going. Man. Hold on. I'll erase this one and do another one. Hold on. Let me just finish it. Bonus! I think it was because I hit the spacebar before I switched over to my Photoshop document. There's an extra one for the fans. Love when that happens. Yeah. Okay. Back of the head, excellent. Threw the ear backwards on her, that's not helpful. Again, excellent. That's pretty good. Make this a little softer. Somewhat front of the face, that's nice. Nope. Let's do... Ooh, there we go. Dynamic pose from this guy. doing this eyebrow specifically, I'm drawing the line that I would for the brow normally, and then deciding just where on that brow line to put the dot, essentially. That's the specifics on, specifically the eyebrow. How many more? I got 4 more. Enough space. I'm not keeping track on the canvas. Squinty like this. So I don't want to like spend too much time on it. Spent too much time on it. Okay, this is a good expression for Starfire. The eye's right. In the end, I couldn't. Oh well. I like some of the other ones. Wow, I had an entire gap right there. Let's scoot these around, shall we? They're really tightly packed. Like that one a lot. That's a good one. Okay. Cool. Sorry, I zone out when this happens. Okay, nobody's chatting. It's fine. Haven't ignored anyone. Okay, let's spin the wheel. I just realized I don't have my little guy. I don't have my avatar. Rip it. Oh, who we got? Kuromi. I am blanking on Kuromi. Is that a character from Hello Kitty? Yes, it is. Got him good. Oops. All right, let's do. Oops. I want to save it. Just want to copy it. Okay, Kuromi. Kind of just has a smirk. Kind of just smirking. Not really too expressive. This might be fine. Oh, there's a frown. Okay. Not a good spot though. Like that face. And we'll find. She's got her tongue out there. Try to find a good. Let's do the first one. That damn smile. Hello? There we go. Okay. Here we go. I am astounded I remembered Kuromi. Oh, she's like TikTok colors. Too bad I don't do color. Okay. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I will be right back. Don't mind me. Alright, I'm back. Let's break down Kuromi. What she got going on? Got like an oval head. But my brush is too small for this. Like there's not. Well, I guess her eyebrows are, or her eyelashes are a little detailed. We'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, I think I need a thicker brush. Let's do. What was I using? My marker. That's too dark. Because when you get to a simple character, everything gets more specific, if that makes sense. You have to be precise in the very few features that happen. Because there's so little happening with the character, your brain just goes, okay, that's out of place. Because it's so used to knowing exactly where the eyes go or where the nose goes. I thought this was going to be easy. This might be really rough. Like a little jester. I like that. It's cute. In my jester era. Oh, it looks like Pichu. That's why. I was like, this looks so familiar. Those ears look like Pichu from Smash. Not Pichu from Pokemon. Pichu from Smash. It goes like all the way around her head. I'm just gonna have to remember. Because it's harder to just do that circle and then draw the triangles out of it. It's easier to do triangles and make that shape in simplifying the forms. So trying to get the spacing down. Come on. Come on. There we go. be, but it's just slightly off enough to be a problem. I could try and do the pen tool and just use geometric shapes, but I don't want to do that. This down too. Eh. I feel like her eyes need to be spread farther. That's another problem. The mouth isn't. Smile first and foremost. That's better. Eh. I'll deal with it. Okay. Because the only other variation are the very minor tweaks to the character. Oh, the little skeleton's winking. Okay, I gotta keep that in mind. Whatever her expression is the skeleton's expression. I guess not the smirk. I'll throw it in there if I think about it. Okay. What happened? That's not what I want. Okay. Oops. Okay. Ready, set, go. Okay. Ooh, this looks like a new one. Not seen this one yet, which is impressive. Didn't think about that. I'm gonna have to draw her ears in perspective. Almost forgot the skull. Side of the head, this freaking guy. Yeah, I can't draw a skeleton from that angle. Mm. Yeah, sure. This guy won't look at the camera. Yeah, sure. Just drew a real human instead of Kurumi. sad. It's sad too. Damn smile. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's Kuromi. Kuromi a river. Alright. Name her. Alrighty, who's next? Spin the wheel. Ooh, we got Miles. Mm-mm. Such a cool cover. I'm so glad they picked Miles for the Spider-Verse movies. He's a really good Spider-Man. I'm very specifically doing the Spider-Verse Miles. Oh, there we go. got some cool designs too. All the different alternate universes. Is there a Swarovski Miles Morales crystal statue? Feels very odd. Dang. Sorry, there's just some really sick poses. Oh my god. Did he turn into a vampire at one point? He's got like fangs. Yeah, I think that's good. I just need a few for the sake of expression. He doesn't have most of his bigger expressions happen when he has the mask on, so it's not incredibly helpful for me. I there's got to be one where he's smiling. I want to smile so I can see what his mouth looks like. There we go. Okay. Let's do. I think that's the one I was thinking of. Let's do that one. Okay. Has kind of an anime face, but his chin is a little more rounded. Actually, this must be across the Spider Verse, into the Spider Verse, across the Spider Verse. I think they made his face like more defined as he got older. I feel like those movies were like a year or two apart. In universe, I don't remember. Out of universe, it's been like 4 years between them. He's still in high school though. Pretty sure. I don't know. Oh no, I'll have to go back and rewatch Spider Verse. What a shame. One of the greatest animated films of all time. Okay. Be a little more. Eyebrows. That nose. I don't know if I gave him enough room on his face. Two eyebrows last. Mm. His features are very blocky, and I think that goes with the style that they went with the cartoon or the comic book, keeping that comic book feel. They went very blocky. Mm-mm. Love when my computer lags. Eyebrows come up and then back down. Like that. Very specifically in this pose, though, not elsewhere. Pupils. He does have an iris. Not gonna have time for all this detail when I'm doing it in a minute, but just to get a foundation, see if I can simplify that. These are not level. See. Hmm. Eyebrows are actually pretty big. They're very furrowed. I noticed that because of this line there, it kind of blends into the brow. Somewhere in there. Like I didn't purse his lips enough either. It's, uh, I'm a big fan of the idea that you just show the implied line rather than drawing like the full line across is not great, but if you just do part of it, helps add something. Just where there's more pressure. And that looks like a smile, doesn't it? Like I want to overemphasize the lip rather than teeth. To end up looking like teeth. That can help. Definitely not getting all this done in a minute. such a specific look. I think this eye is fine. I think this eye is. Need to get the shapes down better. Try to move this by moving this. This brush texture is really nice for his hair. I like when I draw my characters with the circle for the shape of the face as my template. It always looks like Paul Atreides with the nose thing from Dune at one stage or another. Figure out what I'm missing. I think his upper lip is a little bit more like that ish. Like he's pursing his lips and he's disappointed in me, is what I'm getting. Okay, so now that I've simplified it into 2D, I'm going to simplify it further into just basic shapes that I can get in 1 minute. Gotta figure out the eye shape. Also, I made the eyebrows too spread out. I guess it's not terrible. This side needs to be closer. Eye shape. Honestly, they're just flat across the top when he's angry. It's ba 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 ba. And then an eyelid. I don't know why I made him so angry, but he is. Mm, feel like Joe needs to be a little whiter. I think I like leaving his lip more prominent and not doing an upper lip. I think that looks pretty solid. Uh, Nose needs fixed. It's so blocky. I might just do this. Do I hate that? I don't think so. Forehead. Better. Not enough hair. Sorry, I'm spending a lot of time on this one. I just love Miles. See, I was studying this again and not that. Because this one is accurate. This one's not. Maybe his nose is what I'm struggling with. I think it's his eyes too. His eyes have a lot of life because they have the iris and the pupil separated. I feel like a lot of the times in cartoons they don't do that. So I've lost the life in my eyes. Make sure I do like the nose dipping down at the tip. Um, Strolls. Help. That helps. What have I missed? Eyebrows need to be closer together. Uh, Eye shape. More angular than what I've done. Hopefully, doing that to the nose helps add. Eh, maybe not. Figure out how to make it look more like he's tilting his head up. Maybe just a line in the middle. I guess that does help a little bit. Arrow. God, I'm spending a lot of time on this. It's just such an iconic design. Like, you can't mess it up. I mean, you can. I actively am, but, like, I don't want to. My eyes were too far apart, too. Do I do cheekbone? Oh, you know what? Cheekbones might be pretty important. It's mogging me. He does have those defined ridges. Honestly, that might have sold it for me. Oops. Okay, so none of my drawings are going to be this good in a minute. Way too detailed. Okay. we go. Go back on my defaults. This is bad. It's already bad. Not even paying attention to the reference. Starting over. Or not. Oh, I can't. Okay. Mm, mm, okay. Mm, get enough forehead. Okay, well, did my best. That was not bad. Yeah, there was no way I was getting that level of detail in a minute. Oh well. Okay. Uh, Alrighty. Oh, how many do I have? One, two, three, four. I'll do one more. I feel like four is not enough. Oh, another Ed. That's double D. Oops. Okay. I think double D used to be my favorite out of the Eds. Give me one where he's losing his mind. Mm-mm. There we go. Okay. Got a few. Okay. These look like musical notes. Okay, let's study this one. And his hat always makes just a smooth curve around his eyeballs. There's only that instance where I've seen his eyeballs over top of the hat. This really is a sock head. Go. His mouth is over his hat. That's fun. I like that his teeth kind of jut out from his cheek or from his mouth. Hmm. I was going from observation and I didn't nail it. Also considering that that's blocked by his shoulder. Two. If I think about it, I can do that. Shading on the hat. I like that the hat acts as his eyebrows as well. Fun character design. Oh, and he's got three little hairs. X's for the ears. Yeah, it's fine. He's got like a. Actually, I'll do this one. Saggy bean. His hat just kind of goes wherever. Wherever he wants it to. Neck a little too far forward, but it's fine. Like that. Art and Davy. There's a cartoon that I've been watching on YouTube that just is a guy who does some shorts, and it's called Art and Davy, and it's very good. And one of the characters has Double D's hat. That's why I was thinking of that, is because it's a very similar design. Um, if you're looking for indie animation that you can support, go watch Art and Davy. It just dropped a new episode, I believe. I think there's three so far, but they're each like 5 minutes, maybe three, five, somewhere in there. It's good shit. All right, let's. All shape and then fitting his features in there.